Welcome, everybody. That's Nick. I'm Jeff, and today we're going to spoil a Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Let's
Beyond.
hit it, Nick. Beyond. All right. Nick, it has been, 18 years since Metroid Prime 3? We've been waiting a long time for
Holy
this
moly.
game.
Has it been that long?
Nintendo rebooted it, or they told us they're rebooting it, which has never probably ever happened ever in the existence of any video game company.
That's right.
But here we are. We have finished the game 100%, both of us,
100%.
and we are here to spoil everything. So if you haven't played it yet or haven't finished it yet, come back later. Don't forget, you can always listen to us. You don't have to watch us on YouTube. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify, and the rest. Let me know what the rest is.
Yeah, the rest.
But with that out of the way, Nick, what is, what is the story of
That's
Metroid Prime 4? What is the story of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond? What is Beyond?
that's actually the first thing I wanted to ask you is you said that this is the spoiler cast. Like we're going to spoil everything. So I wanted to ask you, what are the spoilers, Jeffrey? What is there to
What?
spoil?
There's nothing to spoil.
There's nothing to spoil.
All right, so let's get out of the way. Like, this game has Silex, the guy from Metroid Prime Hunters, who appeared. His ship appeared at the end of Metroid Prime 3, and then that stupid spin-off game that no one played, including me. He also appeared at the end. Metroid Prime Pinball Hunter, Metroid Prime Best Friends, Federation Force.
Oh, right. There we go.
Federation. He appeared at the end of that game, not in full, but you could just see him, and he like captured a Metroid or something. But
Interesting.
Nick, this guy is front and center of the material, right? The advertising material. Like
He is.
he's in the
Yep.
first trailer.
Yep.
All right, he does not appear, from my knowledge, until the very end of the game. He has like a fake robot,
Yeah.
and like, why does he hate the Federation so much? Why does he hate Samus? Let me read you the logbook entry, which I have in front of me, Nick. Sorry, I need to get this
yes.
out of the way.
No, you go for it. I'm happy
This
to
is the
join it.
entire backstory of Silex. Ready?
I'm ready.
Silex is a bounty hunter with a personal grudge against the Galactic Federations and Samus Aran. Plotting revenge on both, he has been running a long campaign of covert operations, including spying on Samus. In the cosmic year 20X6, he successfully stole a Metroid from the Galactic Federation base. By raising clones of this Metroid and then fusing them with other life forms, he found a method of controlling minds and soon formed a private army. With this, he took control of the leadership of the space pirates, seizing their army as well.
Wow. Take that,
He then
Ridley.
began attacking Galactic Federation research facilities one after another, and in that process used the information and technology he gathered to upgrade his suit and weapons. Presumably, he attacked the UTO research center on planet Tenamar with the same intent, and did not expect to encounter Samus Aran. That is
Why?
that is the entire plot of Silex.
Why is that
like
not said at the start of the game? At some point, or like,
and that's only if you scan him, right?
yeah, exactly.
There. I don't know if you've seen it,
Wow.
but I believe there is a cutscene, and I don't know if you need to beat it on hard mode or not. But
Ooh.
basically, Silex is a human. He was in the Galactic Federation army. He didn't follow the orders. The orders were like, fall back, troopers. Samus will destroy the base. And then Samus destroys the base, and then he's all upset.
And is that him in the cutscene? I think he's on his knees, and like Samus goes to give
Yeah.
him a hand, and then he
Yeah.
like slaps it away. Right.
Yeah.
I assumed that's who that Stylix was. Stylix was.
But that's it. Like,
I don't.
it sounds a lot. It sounds like a lot that I've said it all, but
Yeah.
I just want to unpack. Like, yeah, he stole the Metroid. He cloned Metroids. He took over the space pirate army. He just hates Samus because he didn't follow fucking orders
Yeah.
from his commander. Like that, and that's it.
But
I'm at the end of the game with dragon tentacles.
like, and that's you make a good point. Like, none of that's really explained all that well. You have to go digging for it. And the story is like what? It's some sort of race that Samus gets teleported onto some planet, and they're kind of stranded there, and so they're putting together the teleporter pieces so they can escape. It's like, I don't know. It's
There,
just
there is a story with the Lemore, but yeah, keep going. I feel like there is a story for that.
you're right. But I feel like I don't even really know where to start with the story because I feel like it's told so poorly, and like unless you, like you said, unless you go and read the logbook entries, and unless you sort of want to be that type of person that digs into all the lore and like reads every entry and just takes all these notes or whatever, it's just not told well. That doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy the gameplay. I still have plenty of complaints about that, but yeah, like, is there anything else you'd really like to say about the story? Because I didn't really find it all that engaging,
I
really.
guess the Lemore, love vagina doors and vagina symmetry.
I
Good for
sure do.
them. Awesome. I think it's fun. It is fun to see all the vagina related things and things I know nothing about. Nick, you're well more educated than me in
Okay,
regards
well,
to
I'm
that.
moving on.
But no, but I think that's cool. But I guess the more is they had like the machine age, and then for some reason they got psychic powers. I don't really know why the tree is psychic or really big. But then they, I guess, somehow experimented on themselves or something with green energy. I didn't even put that in.
Yeah,
Didn't even put that in my list, Nick. But then like there was like some cool levels in the ice level where you find out they go through all these experiments and then they make themselves extinct somehow. And but then they go, all right, we've did everything we can. The planet's dying, or we're dying, or whatever. Let's send out
beacons.
teleporters
Yeah, and
to the chosen one,
yeah,
which is Samus, I
which
guess.
they
And I
yeah,
guess
we
that's
assume it's Samus.
so the Galactic Federation find one of the beacon teleporter things, and then Samus just happens to be there.
Yeah,
And then yeah, so the whole point
she
is to
becomes a
find
chosen
someone
one.
to then reshare their story. Um,
I don't
like
know what
it.
that like. What does that have to do with Metroid Prime 1, 2, or 3? Like, I feel like
No,
why are we calling it
no,
Metroid Prime 4?
I I agree. Why put a four on it? Just if it's just Metroid Prime Beyond, like I
Yeah,
don't. It doesn't need a number.
it
It
doesn't
does
need a
not need a
number.
number.
It does not need a number. I completely agree. Um, let's see. I still don't really know where to start with this game because I feel like I was actually talking to someone about it at work today, and it's while it's not a bad game, it just feels like it was pulled straight out of 2005. Like
Yep.
I don't really know a better way to put it. Like it's not bad, it's not great, but it's
It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
I think that there was more story and just a lot more exciting things happening in Metroid Prime 3. And one thing I really liked about Metroid Dread is how it had a few more, like I want to say action based cutscenes that just felt badass and cool. Whereas this doesn't really have anything like that. I think maybe Samus does one or two jumps or flips in
Mm.
in there,
Nick,
and that's
I
about
have.
it.
I told myself I was going to play through hard mode.
Yeah.
I did an hour or something. I have put 7 hours into Metroid Dread in the last 2 days,
Yeah,
and man,
it's
that game
better.
is so good.
It's so much better.
So good.
It's so
It's
much
so good.
better. Yeah,
Um,
I completely agree. The
yeah,
fact that they took 8 years, or 7 or 8 years from announcement to crapping out this
mm.
is not that's not acceptable. But again, we
Look,
keep gobbling it up like morons.
all
But I
right.
wanted to know. So what's your
Yeah.
playtime? So to 100% scans and
Um,
items.
I think it was 13 hours, like near under 14 hours for 100%. But I really do think that is not a total accurate of total time you're playing the game. I do think it must pause for logbook scans or loading or something because my Switch time said 20 to 22 hours, and that was to get
Mm,
100%. So to me, it didn't feel super duper short. But yeah, the in-game runtime I think is less than your actual physical playtime, if that makes sense.
interesting.
But it didn't feel too long, if that makes sense. It wasn't
No, and I
like
yeah.
to me the length is fine. I don't have any problem with the time it took for me to finish the
Mm.
game. What about you?
It took me 15 hours. 15 hours and 5 minutes. When I finished it last night, Silex actually, the game broke and like it was stuck on the. He was sort of not frozen, but he just like nothing was happening. I'm trying to fight him. I'm shooting him. Nothing was happening for about 10 minutes. So I was like, if I shaved that off, I would have done it just under 15 hours. And that's 100% scans, 100% items, and it just and
Well done
I
on the scans. I didn't think you would have done that.
yeah. that's by the time I was done, there was only maybe 2 or 3 things missing that I had to go back and grab, like enemy wise, and that was it. So it didn't really feel like too much of a chore since I spent most of the game with the scan visor on. And you're right. I think 15 hours still feels like a good time. I do wish it was longer, but at the same time, the game didn't really feel like it did anything new or fun or interesting. It didn't feel like it went beyond in any way for me. There was no wow factor. I was like, oh my god, what a cool new feature, what a great new gameplay idea or trope, or something that say like Pikmin 4 for example. We had no idea how long that game was going to be, and it was just
up to 60 hours, man.
yeah, and there was just
game.
so much content, and it just kept getting better and better and better. Whereas Metroid, like I said before, I think it's a game from 2005, like with just I think I'm ready for Samus to be upgraded in a way, or to have a game where she doesn't lose all of her upgrades at the start and we just build off it and make new ones. I think Samus is very, like, at least in the 2000s, she was very often compared to Master Chief, and how they're both, I guess, super soldiers in mech suits running around shooting aliens, and it was very sort of similar thing. And I like that in the last few years when we played the Halo games, looking at how each game evolved and got better, with like looking at the first game, how terrible the storytelling was and how good it was, how much better the story was in the second one, and then in the third game they introduce new gameplay mechanics and really good multiplayer, and eventually the story gets better and better, and by the time we get to was it Infinite was the last one, with
the grappling hook.
The grappling hook, and how fun it was just to traverse in that game and all that sort of stuff. Whereas with Samus, I feel like I could boot it up at any point to a stranger and show them like, hey, here's Metroid Prime remastered, and then here's a game here's a game that was made 23 years later, and they're like, where's the difference? Samus still goes boom boom boom, boom. It's just like
the combat feels exactly the same as Metroid Prime Remastered, right? And that's 2001. Like that's what it feels like. It's the enemy does the whack on the ground, area of effect attack. Oh, I've got a double jump over that. Yep. Oh, now this one's high. I'll go into my morph ball, so I dodge that. The combat just doesn't feel new and exciting. It just feels same. And you're right. It's boom, 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 boom. Like it doesn't feel fast, or it just it feels like the same. And I'm going to be the person talking about Dread all night, right? Like,
no, you're right. I'm on your side. I'm here for it.
Because like, okay, Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, or whatever, all these Metroid games came out many years ago, and then there's Metroidvanias galore, right? And they're like, how is Metroid Dread gonna be like compared to all these new modern titles? And man, it delivers. It absolutely delivers on like a full modern Metroid experience, with like awesome combat, crazy fast, a couple new abilities, like exploration, like everywhere, like, and it leads you through the map, like like so many times you're like, I'm back into this spot again. I don't want to backtrack through here, but if I just go 2 doors, all of a sudden I can use my new power up and then find a new area, and it magically loops you and guides you through this way that just feels so cool. And like, yes, I've seen this place a million times, but now I can go this route. But this just feels, it doesn't, like it is a Metroid Prime game, but it doesn't feel like a Metroid maze. And like I don't not hate that, but it was so frustrating going back to Fury Green the same way, in and out through the vagina, the launcher thing,
the western part of the map,
the birthing canal launcher, and then same thing with going through, like, you do go back to Vault Forge, and you go back to each of those areas a little bit, but like just the same way, in and out. It doesn't feel like new and exciting. I found this on my own. It's just.
No, I agree. I think the world is not built as well as Metroid Dread, and even like combat wise, having I'll harp on about it, but just having the counter.
Melee,
Yeah,
melee counter. Yeah,
having the melee,
really
having the
fun.
counter, and even the ability to like Samus still runs no faster by the end of the game. She's still doing that. Remember when we did the podcast? I'm like, Samus just constantly is like this all game, you know. And it just, I kind of we don't play a lot of shooters, but it would have been nice to have added in some sort of rapid fire machine gun option or something like that um, for her suit instead of the same boom 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 charge boom. It just
Or
it just
what could have been fun is if it had, it had enemies designed not to, oh, sorry, it doesn't work on the charge beam. Only the little shots work, or like little creatures or little something to make you feel incentivized to like, my little gun cannon does feel okay or good, or even if the power beam got powered up
and I
as
think
well.
in cutscenes and movies and everything, Samus is sort of portrayed as this agile, cunning, like just intense,
Yeah.
awesome warrior. And I think you get a sense of that when you play Metroid Dread, with whether it be in the cutscenes or the way you dodge around and all that sort of stuff. Whereas Samus in this still feels like a 2003 tank that just kind of you
Yeah.
jump to the side and then you jump to the other side and then you jump up high and she slams down. It's just like I feel they could have. Like, we're not game designers, but if we were to sit in a boardroom and go, hey, look, this is the game you've made. Look, while it's good,
Yeah.
there's nothing new here. Using the title and name Beyond is kind of like really
And
moronic at this point. Like,
all right, I'm gonna jump around here, Nick. So
yeah.
new stuff, right? And like new power ups. They're besides the Skyward Sword Beetle arm cannon thing, which you slowly use your psychic powers to move the beam around.
Oh, God.
It doesn't feel like there's any new weapons or new tools to get around. Everything is just, oh yeah, it's the grappling hook, but now it's the psychic grappling hook, which is exactly the same. Oh, it's the psychic boots. Oh, it's the psychic boost ball. Like it, it's exactly the same. Like none of it feels new, and especially having plasma, ice, wave beam, or like something very similar for each.
Yep.
It still feels
Fire beam, ice
exactly
beam,
the
electric
same.
beam.
Yeah.
It does feel exactly the same. And there's so many ways that, and we talk about it all the time with how other franchises have evolved, gone beyond, and completely reinvented themselves, or at least tried new things. I mean, as much as I didn't enjoy the Legend ZA that came out recently, I still appreciate that they wanted to try something new with the combat system. And while I didn't love it, I also didn't hate it, but I still appreciate that they tried something new. Whereas this, it does nothing. And like you said, the only new thing is the psychic abilities, which are still pulled from, say, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, with just, or even say like Skyward, you said the Skyward Sword Beetle, with just how, you want to open this door? Okay, cool. Well, first you got to grab it and then slide the thing down, and then, you want to open this lock? Okay, you got to go around to the side and then do a loop
But
again, and it's
and then
like,
didn't Metroid Prime 3 also have like that mini laser you had to use a Wii pointer, which is like
yeah, and to
the
open
laser engraver
doors.
tool?
Yeah, and I think you had to open doors by like, oh, grab this,
Ah,
pull, twist,
that was
push.
that was fun.
That was,
I'll-
yeah, I agree. That was fun in 2007. You know, it is now 2025, where games have just become so much more than what they were, and Samus is just, again, I'm shitting on the game a lot. Like I didn't hate it. It just wasn't anything exciting for me.
Yeah.
I don't think that I had a single moment in the game where I was like, oh wow, that's cool. Like there was nothing. I think like
Let's the graphics, Nick. Like this is probably the best Nintendo looking game ever. Like I think so, except for the desert. It feels boring, but it also to me feels like, oh yeah, the graphics are nice. Like, yeah, that's what graphics look like now. Like that's I guess that's how I feel. I'm not blown away. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
I mean, you might be right. It might be, maybe it is the
What do
best
you think?
looking. It might be the best looking Nintendo game. I mean, I guess like Mario Kart looks pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
But again, I think you're, at least for me, I think the game has just reached what the standard level of, like the minimum level of graphics or fidelity should be. Like,
Yeah.
what's
It
another
looks
good
like a
example?
PS4 or PS5 game, right?
Yeah,
Like
but
just
it,
maybe not a PS5 game, but looks
what
like
was the other?
in
Oh,
between.
like say for example, when we played like Donkey Kong Bonanza this year, there
Yeah,
is
that was kind of wow.
that like when I mean Metroid goes for more of a realistic graphic style, and Donkey Kong was a little bit more kid friendly or whatever you want to call it, but there was times playing DK where I'm like, this I cannot believe some of the stuff that is happening on the screen, and I'm not getting any lag, and it is amazing how good this game looks with just
Hmm.
so much stuff is happening on screen. Whereas playing Metroid, I was there was never a point like, whoa, there is a lot going on, holy moly! That like, I think my brain would always go back to at least comparing Metroid to Metroid Prime 3, that opening sequence where there's a little bit of, I don't know, Samus flies in on the ship, does a little mini run through some sort of laboratory, and then Ridley shows up, and you're like, the first fight, you're like falling together for
Ah, yeah,
you're falling together forever,
that was
but like,
awesome.
it was this really cool, like, action sequence where Ridley's sort of charging at you, and you're fighting mid-flight, kind of like Gandalf and the Balrog in Moria.
It felt like a Star Wars fight or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just
cool.
felt like awesome, and like the music's going off, dun 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 dun, dun and it like, and
Yeah,
it was really cool. It was really really cool, and that stuck with me. And I was waiting the entire game for a moment like that, and I even thought I was like, well, surely they'll save this. They'll blow their load at the end, and it'll be this massive. There'll be some sort of big exciting set piece or something, and it just none of it ever happened. So maybe I had too high expectations for it, but it just I don't know, just didn't deliver on really anything.
every boss fight just felt like a boss fight from Metroid Prime 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Not really. Like, I mean, I die, I think, on every boss, so I at least played every boss twice, but I couldn't really remember or tell you what the bosses were.
Well, I
Oh,
died twice throughout the whole game. Just
so
yeah.
good, Nick, you're a pro.
But well, um, yeah, I am. Well, three times if you count when I was fighting Silex at the end and the game wouldn't work, so I just had to kill myself. But yeah, it just yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of positive things to say. Like it was
Mm.
just fine. That's
That's fine.
it was
It's fine.
fine. Like I'm not sure where that rates on any sort of scale. It's a 5 out of 10 or a 2.5 stars. It's perfectly average and fine, and it's more Metroid. It's just not anything beyond.
It's more Metroid Prime.
Definitely not
What
beyond.
about, so there is something new, Nick. There's a lot of new stuff, and it is the bike, right?
Hmm.
Samus on a bike with her little Tron outfit. What did you like her new outfit? Did you like her new suit?
Yeah, I couldn't enjoy the color as much as you and Jake.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of those colors I think you could not see or
No.
appreciate. Nick is
But
colorblind, and he is very struggling with reds and dark reds very much.
yes.
They all look very muted brown to him.
Yes. But that being said, I'm not sure if I said it to you guys in the chat, but I was like, am I sexually attracted to a robot? Because just like whatever physique they give Sam, and just like the shape of her, I'm like, am I attracted to Sam? Because she just like the new suit is just banging. I think she looks awesome.
It kind of reminds me of like stupid sexy Flanders, but more Tron like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit. And then when I got the I guess the upgraded suit at the end, I was like, oh, like that. Because it's more, I think it was more white and grey.
Yeah,
Is that right?
it's very white.
I was like, obviously because I can't enjoy the red as much as you guys do. But I was like, oh, this suit is where it's at. Like this looks cool. I really really liked the final suit. I thought that was cool. All right, what about you? Did you like the new suit?
Yeah, I like it. It grew on me. I think it's fine. I enjoy. Yeah, I'm totally happy for every Metroid game to have a new suit, new outfit, or whatever, and then something happens at the end, she returns it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
I've got no problem with that. I don't mind. Suits changes every generation or game or whatever. That's
yeah. That's
cool.
fine. I don't mind that.
What about the actual desert and the bike? Was it as terrible as you thought it was going to be?
Uh,
Because you obviously you're a bit more delayed playing the game than me.
mm, uh, yes and no. I thought the desert. I mean, the desert is barren, kind of like we talked
Desert.
about. Yeah, that like I think when you look on the map, there's obviously you got your four main areas, and I guess the two transporting between that I guess original hub you go back to. But then as far as exploration goes on the map, there's I think there's less than 10 spots, 10 points of interest, let's call them, on the
I
entire
think
map.
there's like 6 shrines, and then like a couple of other like above world mini puzzles, maybe.
Yeah, like maybe three bike boost upgrades, 6 shrines,
Yeah,
and then like maybe 2 or 3 missile upgrades or something. That's just
yeah.
laying in debris. So the desert is still empty. And there were times when I'd rock up to these sections that there might be items in them or whatever, and I'm trying to explore them, and the enemies that just appear when
Ugh.
I'm just trying to. Most of that stuff you can't even interact with till late game anyway. Once you have all the different beams, so it's
That's the other thing I found really frustrating, actually. Yeah, keep
um,
going.
and so when you're curious as to what this landmark is, I'm too busy most of the time being like, oh, I'll hop off the bike, and then as soon as I hop off, there's some enemy that's popped up, and I'm like, oh fuck, go away! I'm just trying to look around. And so I found that a little bit annoying, but I do appreciate that even though the desert was empty, it would take maybe 1.5 minutes of real life time to drive from one side to the other. It didn't take
Hmm.
long. I don't think it was that big. It's still empty, but it just
Yeah,
wasn't. Yeah, it didn't take 2 hours to walk to the other side.
I agree. I think I didn't hate it because um at first I'm like, oh, I've heard about the green crystal thing. I'm like, oh,
Hmm.
whenever I go on the map, like I'll just, I know I've got to go here, but I'll just do a little, tiny detour to get some crystals,
Mm-hmm.
go over a jump. I'm like, cool. I'm like, yeah, right. It was like a minute, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't feel too boring
Mm.
in the end. I think what's disappointing is I want I would love more shrine based gameplay. All right.
Mm.
Like there's a desert. Cool. Load it up with shrines. And then I think what was also frustrating is like you could find them, right? You're like, oh, go wherever you want in the desert, Samus. Go whatever location you want. I'm like, it's not true
Yeah, it's not
because
true.
everything's gated off by one of the elemental beams, and so it would be like, oh yeah, I can explore these things, but now I'm like, oh, I have to come back. When will I remember to get it? When I get the ice power? And
Mm.
like, obviously, I did in the end, but it was just kind of frustrating. Like in Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, Donkey Kong,
Mm.
Kirby, like you find a shrine, like or some sort of gameplay twist challenge. Like yeah, but none of the shrines were like barely even a puzzle or barely different gameplay.
Mm.
I feel like I really missed opportunity. Like, sure, if you're stealing shrines, no worries, like go for it. But I felt like you could have done so much more with them,
Mm-hmm.
or put more of them, which would have made the desert even more, I guess, exciting.
Mm.
But to me, it was just like, all right, yeah, cool. Got to spend a minute here, collect some crystals, on to the next spot.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So like it sounds like we're kind of on the same page. Like it wasn't the
Yeah.
worst, but it definitely wasn't anything amazing either. Like it's a
Mm.
desert. Like a desert is still a desert. You can try and make it as interesting as possible in a game, but at the end of the day, it's still a desert. um, okay. Did you like the bike? You liked the, I think I didn't have any
Um,
problems with the bike. I thought it was cool.
no, the bike controlled fine. You got to do some like little jumps.
Hmm.
The boost is fine. Smashing crystals is, just like Donkey Kong and Mario.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, like every game has crystals to smash.
Hmm.
Um, the little side swipe thing was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It
Yeah.
it could have been better. Like definitely could have been better. Could have had better upgrades.
Like, let me use my
It was
missiles on it or something
fine.
for when these enemies show up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Well, it had a little gun thing, but yeah, you're right. I didn't care for any of the enemies in the desert. They were just like, ugh, f off. Like,
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, no
Oh, and
good.
then I think what was also frustrating about the desert is there's a goal at the end to find mech pieces, right?
Hmm.
And like I found these mech pieces, but I can't do anything with them, or I can't even do anything with them. Like when I've got the power up, I need to go find the teleport power up
Yeah.
thing. Like, so I could have discovered these things, or I did discover them early in the game, but
Yeah. I
can't do
discovered.
anything. They're
Yeah.
just sitting there.
Yeah.
Don't forget these are here at the end.
Yeah. And that's because you have no idea of like how, when, or why you need to interact with them. I'd
Mm.
drive past them once I got a fire beam, and I'm like, oh, do I need the fire beam to get this? Shoot, shoot. Okay, well, that doesn't work. Get the ice beam. Oh, maybe the ice beam will open it. Pew pew. All right, no, that still doesn't work. Electric one. Electric one's got to be where it's at. Okay, power bomb.
Yeah.
Power bomb still does nothing. Like, oh, and then eventually you progress, and you're like, oh, I need teleporter pieces. But anyway. Um, I want to get into what you thought of all the different areas. So all the different. I'm not sure if you want to talk about them one at a time or all together, or I guess starting with
I
Fury Green, maybe.
It was fine. I feel like it's just there was no reason to. I guess this is the Metroid part of it, right?
Mm,
You go back to Fury Green through stupid, annoying loading screens all the time, but then you don't really get to re-explore the area. It's it's got the cool bridge, that's
mm,
beautiful. It's got the tree that's not really well developed or explained, like the tree of life or whatever it is, the
yep.
psychic tree.
Yep.
Um, that's fine. It's okay. It's a tutorial area, but there could have been a reason to re-explore it a bit more.
Mm.
What do you
No.
think?
Yeah,
The
I agree.
starting area. Um,
What about?
the next not Forge, Nick. What about that one? The cool bike building lightning area.
Look, I thought as far as the areas go, they were varied enough and different enough that
Yeah,
I still enjoyed them. And like especially when you go in and the facilities are kind of half deactivated, and then you have to bring them back to life a bit, and
that
then
is cool.
and
The
then once
ice
you
belt one. Yeah.
yeah, the ice belt one I think I really liked the most. And then once you activate them, the facility becomes a little bit more alive and active.
And
Which
all the zombie llamos or whatever
yeah,
Lamore come alive.
yeah, and I thought that was really cool. Say when you go back to the volcano area after that place, you activate that, the whole thing kind of melts down, explodes, or erupts, whatever happens there. And then when you come back later, it's half destroyed, and you're trying to sort of navigate. It's almost two areas in one a little bit. I thought that was kind of cool. And I think the ice area was probably my favorite. Reading those logs with the
Yeah,
creatures
it was cool.
and yeah, seeing they do all the research on them to try and preserve them, and then once you I guess fight the boss and activate the forge, yeah, they all start coming back, they're reactivating or reanimating and attacking you. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Yeah,
It was very cool.
I think my least favorite was probably the mines. I didn't think that was
Oh,
that great. Maybe
I really liked the mines.
really.
I had a lot of fun. Like the little robot companion, not little, the big robot companion guy. I think you get the super missiles in there too.
Yep, super missiles.
Um,
Yep,
I I quite liked it.
really.
And there was something about you had to not make much sound or something like that, or if you
Yeah,
don't use missiles or don't use beams or something.
yeah. Don't use
Something
missiles.
made sound would attract more enemies. I felt like that was kind of a different gameplay style. So
Yeah.
um, I like the mines.
Yeah, I didn't really have any particular problems with any of the areas. I thought they were all creative
Yeah, see,
enough. With
they're all good.
yeah, they're all
They're
pretty
all
good.
good, but they're all siloed
Yeah,
in their
yeah,
little corners of the world.
yeah. I just think the game, sort of like what we talked about at the start. I think this game plays everything very safe. Doesn't really try anything new, and it's just more Metroid, and that's not a bad thing. But for a game that has a 4 on it, or is
Mm.
20 years since the last game, I think you just kind of expect a bit more. But
Mm.
yeah. Do you have a favorite area or a favorite boss or anything, or
Um,
apart from the mines?
I, I guess I can't remember the
Yeah, yeah,
bosses. Um, I think, yeah. No, the mines are cool. Like every area was cool. The ice belt, I think, was definitely the standout with the lore, the story part of it as well. I can't really quite remember what happened in the flare pool, but Um, oh, you had the two companions. Oh,
Hmm.
so maybe let's go to the companions, Nick.
Hmm.
You've got NPC buddies. You've got the tutorial guy who is not he's not annoying at all. I think all the previews over exploded him. He's
Hmm.
fine. Um, who else do we have? The lone wolf character guy.
Yeah, the sniper.
Um,
Yep.
the sniper guy. You had the captain and I don't know my army terms. Cadet with
Yeah.
like the fangirl, the girl like fangirling over Samus,
Yep.
and then you had the robot guy. Um, they were totally fine. Like no problem. I don't mind them talking. What do you think of the companions?
I liked all of them. I thought they were all
Yeah,
great. I think remember when Breath of the Wild came out and just how everyone online was shitting on the terrible voice acting and how bad it was, and like, oh, this doesn't sound good. This doesn't sound good. The dialogue is written so terribly. I enjoyed all of the dialogue. That they all seemed like they didn't talk like weirdos. I mean, they talk like soldiers that were sort of stuck in a crappy situation.
yeah.
And I thought they were all voiced really well. I thought their lines were fine. There wasn't really anything too corny or weird about any of it. But it brings us to the big point that Samus still doesn't talk, and I feel like that really it's
It
probably
ruins
my
the game.
it ruins the game. I think it's probably my biggest gripe. We haven't mentioned it till this point, but probably my biggest complaint with the game. Especially when it starts out and you've got your one little companion dude who
Yeah.
stays at the main base and upgrades all your gear, and he's like, "Oh, hey, Samus, how you doing?" She just, it's weird to do on a podcast if someone's listening to the audio, but it's just dead silent, and she just nods and
Says
with
nothing.
no facial expressions, and when someone's fangirling over and like, oh my god, Samus Aran, she's the best, she's the coolest, like you think there would be some sort of line of like, oh yeah, hey, it's nice to meet you, how you going, like how long they could have had some really nice fireside.
They could have made Samus into a cool, like, okay, if they didn't want to give her melee counters and do triple backflips,
Yeah,
right, to make her seem cool, they could have given her just like even like stoic, heroic, monotone, any sort of interaction with these people that adore Samus,
yeah,
right? Like, hey, Samus, you're our hero squad leader person. Like, thanks for
yeah,
your duty. Like, and she could have been embarrassed. She's like, oh yeah, thanks for that. Oh, you guys doing a great job. Like,
yeah. Just
there's nothing,
any
nothing.
any sort of acknowledgement to them whatsoever, especially, and oh boy, it ticks me off the most in the mines area where they're all one by one sacrificing themselves, or that you get the impression that they're sacrificing themselves for Samus.
Yeah.
And say like the Sarge is the first one to go when he stops blocks the drill over the hole, and then you jump down with the
Yeah.
cadet girl, and she's like, "No, Sarge! Oh no, he's left behind!" And like Samus doesn't say anything to the chick. There's no
But
like
Samus could have cheated her up, but like, we got to keep going. Like, he did what he needed to do.
like this is yeah, but just nothing from this character whatsoever.
It ruins Samus's character.
It,
It
it it
ruins.
really does. It just makes her. I feel like it makes her come across as just an absolute bitch and kind of a just a jerk. Like
CNT.
yeah, exactly. And I have so many problems with it, especially when the rest of the cast is voiced really well. They all seem really down to earth, and it's written pretty well. And for Samus to just always be like, there's not even a grunt, not even like a
Yeah.
nothing from this character whatsoever. Which is very, very
It's
disappointing.
stupid.
It's very
It's like,
jarring.
it's baffling. I don't know how they decided. Oh yes, let's explore the world of the Galactic Federation. Right? Like, cool. That's fine. You want to
Yeah,
do that? That's
yeah.
something different. No worries. And let's see how they explore that. How they interact with Samus about that stuff. And nothing. Samus doesn't need to reveal like, oh yes, my tragic backstory with the Chozo. My parent Ridley killed my parents. Like, doesn't need any of that. Like, just some basic human interaction
Yeah,
would have been fine. Even if the voice acting was terrible, it would have been better than nothing.
yeah, absolutely.
It is. How do they just look at their story and go, yeah? Or Or do what other stupid Nintendo games do. Give them a little fairy sidekick that does the talking for them.
Yes.
Like, there's just nothing.
Yes, nothing. And I agree. It's
Oh.
very, very disappointing. I oh god.
In like, let me go back to Dread again. Okay, Samus interacts with the robot AI in that game, right?
Hmm.
Doesn't talk to the thing, but you can see her face, right? And she has facial expressions,
Hmm.
and things happen, and she like, gets angry or whatever. And then she has one line in the entire game,
Hmm.
but it still gives them like power or like just a sense of like, wow, she is a badass. But they've chosen not to do anything with her.
Hmm.
Like nothing. Or why design the characters? Why have the characters here if you're not gonna have Samus talk? If you didn't have the characters, Samus doesn't need to talk, and that's fine.
Hmm.
But this is
I do have a question for you
so
though.
frustrating.
Uh, and I actually do have something else as well. But
And Samus talks in lots of games, I should say. Or has a
yeah,
monologue.
yeah, even just a little bit of a monologue and like someone for her to bounce and talk back and forth with. But I want to ask you, why are we more bothered by Samus not talking over Link not talking? Because there's no talking for Breath of the Wild for Link and everyone else, and there's plenty of voice acting in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but we still get nothing out of Link. Why does it bother us with
You know,
Samus?
I agree with you why. Like, and I don't have quite an answer for
Hmm.
you. I wish I did. I guess Link, you get to choose his responses, and they're quite sassy.
Hmm.
You also see Link, and he has facial reactions,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, that
And
too.
then maybe you've got Zelda, who is a voice character.
Hmm.
Um, why like I'm fine with Link talking as well, right? I'm happy for him to have a personality. It just feels even more awkward here.
Hmm. I
Or like do characters in Tears of the Kingdom like, Link, yes, you saved the day. Thanks so much, buddy. Um,
Yeah, I was just wondering like why it doesn't bother me that Link doesn't talk, but it does that Samus doesn't, and I think maybe because in my only guess is in Breath of the Wild, Link is sort of um, he's the sort of soldier, he's the silent hero that stands in the background while like when they tell the old stories, he'll be walking around with Zelda and a couple other people, and he's like he's the side character, if that makes sense, in these things, I think, a little bit. Whereas Samus is like the
the
hero.
main
She's the main
character.
character. She's the star. Everyone knows who Samus is because she's just like this big badass person. Whereas Link's kind of an unknown, really. He's not. No one really expects much of him. Whereas Samus is known to be the hero. It's like having if Captain America or Spider Man and like no, they just don't talk. And I feel like it'd just be a different thing because they. I think Samus is maybe idolized a little bit more to the people.
Yeah,
Maybe.
it's so disappointing.
And
Like,
I think
I know she didn't talk in three,
mm,
and they had characters,
mm,
but it feels like it's 2025.
and I know they had remember they had those big issues with not big well people were upset with the voice acting in the last Metroid game on the Wii. What was
Were
that?
they?
Remember that one that was sort of top down.
Metroid Other M. Yeah,
Other
so
M,
they were
yes.
disappointed. They were disappointed the way they characterized Samus.
Yes. I don't remember
Um,
exactly what it was, but do you remember
yeah,
like
well,
people were angry
it
about
could
it?
like in Metroid Fusion, there's an AI, right? And
Hmm.
then in Metroid Other M, it's like a prequel. It's like, this guy's brain was uploaded to the AI, and so it was like Samus's boss, like Sergeant Boss. And I think people were upset that, Samus, you can't use your power beam ability until I say so. I don't. I guess it's been many years since I've only done Other M once. Um, Maybe it made her look less badass. I guess, like taking orders from a man. Um,
Maybe. Yeah.
but they could have redeemed it, right?
Yeah.
Or this is our take. It's a different, it's a different Prime universe. It's a different universe or whatever.
Hmm. And I think you make a good point too. Like a big problem with this is slapping a number 4 on it, whereas it's been 20 years since that last Metroid Prime, and they could have started fresh with they could have called it Metroid Origins or something like that, and done. I feel like the story would almost write itself, because they've never really, I don't think they've told Samus's origin story in a game before, and
No, not in a
especially
video game. No.
especially in today's day and age where motion capture is a big thing and storytelling is a big important thing for it. And like, I could imagine there being a story where it's something it's plays it very safe. It can involve the Chozo, it can involve Ridley and her training and all, of when she was raised, but almost in like the Jedi Fall.
That was the other thing. Other sorry, you intrigued me. The
Yeah.
other M, she saw Ridley and she had a breakdown.
Oh right, yeah,
Even though she's in that point in the story, she's beaten Ridley many times.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'd like to maybe see some like Jedi Fallen Order. Remember when he would do flashbacks to him
Yeah.
training as
Absolutely.
training as a Padawan before
Yeah.
Order 66, and like he's learning his abilities with wall running and using the Force and all that sort of stuff. You could have a young Samus training
idea.
with the Chozo, and then cut back to the future where she's like, "Oh, that's right. Here's this ability that I learned," and I don't know.
There's your way to keep your abilities, but then also take them away.
Yeah.
'Cause you're you're in the past or you're training or whatever.
But
Yes, Samus, here's how to use Morph Ball.
but it's enough time has passed that it would have been a great way to welcome new players into the
Yeah.
Metroid world. I think like it's Switch 2, it's new console. It's been a long time since the last Metroid. And how many times have we seen a 2, 3, 4, 5 appear on a game and been like, nope, not touching that. I don't know what's going on there.
There is one thing we've missed, Nick, and it's actually pretty crucial to the story.
Mm.
Like we talked about Silex and that ending, but Samus actually, all your teammates sacrifice themselves to keep Silex in the universe,
Yeah.
and Samus doesn't come back for them. They
Yeah.
are stuck in, like, presumably, like, they died off screen, or
Yeah.
they're alive off screen, but like they're stuck there. Like Samus essentially lost, or they all sacrificed themselves
Yeah.
to save Samus. And I think that's
She didn't
what
even say
makes the
thank you.
voice acting- Yeah, that's what makes the voice acting even worse. She's like, "Oh, Samus, I'm doing it for you, Samus," and like Samus has never said anything to any of them
Yeah.
at any
It's
point.
like, you
not
rude
even a
bitch.
thank you.
Yeah, you
She
rude
could have
bitch.
said something in Chozo and like, "Thank you, everyone. Like, I'll come back for you." I don't know.
Yeah, and not to mention it's Samus.
And it's a bit sad.
It's like it felt like such a cop out, the fact that, like, I mean, I just beat Starlux on my own. Like, she can take him out, and yet she lets these people that have helped her along the way just sacrifice themselves, when I feel like they should have absolutely made her jump in there and just for her to just go bare knuckle and just punch the shit out of Starlux would have been cool. Like some sort of really cool melee scene where she's like, "No, you're not hurting my friends," and just messes him up. But instead she's just like, "Oh, bye friends, I'm teleporting now to some random planet with my ship doesn't exist. I'm just going to plant this seed and then I'm just going to walk away into the distance." Okay.
All right. They're going to grow the memories of the Lamore and share their education. But what about those galactic troopers? Not share those memories?
No.
Not get them back to their family?
No.
Like, just drop the trinket on the Christmas tree?
Yeah. Like, oh man.
She did look good, though.
Yeah.
It's the best Samus's face has ever looked, for sure.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I think I would also like to see a version of the game where, like, Samus is wearing a power suit, right? So if you run out of energy, I think they did it in, was it Super Metroid or Fusion or something, where
Metroid Zero Mission,
Zero
to be Zero Suit Samus.
yeah, like have a section of the game where her suit power is down completely, or her suit doesn't work, and you have to be Zero Suit Samus. You have to be more agile and more, I don't like, still no Zero Suit Samus sections, and even after you're 100% the game, the suit still stays on. Like, I don't want to sound like some sort of pervert or anything, but it just, like, there was never
There's no Bikini Samus reward.
I don't need Bikini Samus, but, like, you know, it just still keeps the suit on the whole time. I don't know.
All right, so here's something I missed. Like, these are some of the best faces Nintendo's ever made, right? Or retro or whatever. Like, every character gets introduced, they take off their mask or half of it, and you see their face, and their face looks incredible.
Yeah.
And then you never see their faces again for the entire game until the last 10 seconds. Like, and they all like undo their face masks. Like, "Remember me, Samus? See you later."
I was like, well, I think I remember you better with your face on.
Which one were you again?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it
I don't
is
know. Like, so I
so
mean,
many highs. Well, I guess not many highs. Just so many. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
yeah. I feel the exact same. I think hopefully people listening would agree that yeah, we're not angry. It's just
I don't want to
not.
shit on it too much.
Yeah.
I did you have fun getting 100% of the items?
I did. I think I remember you said it when you came over of how it was kind of fun once you had all your upgrades to go back to all the areas and just take everything out and quickly find all the
And you had the
collectibles.
scanner thing, which I appreciated, the little scan robot.
Yeah. Like not having to look up a guide. It's just like I don't know if I would have enjoyed the game enough to look up a guide to want to do it. So I appreciate that it was just all there, and you start to find it a little bit. But what about you? Did you still enjoyed getting everything and
Yeah,
doing everything?
it was fun when you had the traversal things, right? Like
Mm,
when you get the grappling hook, that kind of opens things up and opens up a lot of shortcuts as well.
mm,
Like that, it's fun. It
mm.
is fun. Um, yeah, getting 100% of items was fun. We haven't really talked about scanning, Nick. Scanning sucks. There's too much, and it
Yeah.
takes so long.
Yep.
It
It
takes
takes
so
so
long.
long.
Like I reckon 4 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what
It
it feels like.
it feels like a long time. I agree. Like
And
yeah.
then being the OCD, I'm like, oh, I gotta scan everything. Even though halfway through the game, I realized what was scanned, like things required to scan. But
Mm.
I'm like, oh, it's green, gotta scan it. It's green, gotta scan it. Green, gotta scan it. I hated it. I hated myself for it.
Yeah, I was the exact same. And Jake said it too when we were talking to him of how you scan this like this item's not powered up, and then you power it up. And it's like now you got it. You can scan it again. This item is now powered up. I was like, thank you.
Do you do you want to play the game again? Like, and it doesn't have to be like now. Like in a
No,
year, 2 years time, could you see yourself playing it again?
no. I think kind of what was I? There was another game. Uh, when I say like
33, Wukong, or any other games you've played 10
no,
times.
no, no. Just games that are similar. So if I could go back and tell myself before playing Prime 4, like, you know what, Nick?
Would you play Fallen Order again? Jedi Fallen Order.
Probably not. But I think telling myself, hey, you'll have more fun if you play Metroid Dread again instead. You'll have more fun playing Dread than you will playing Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4 is not a bad game. You'll just enjoy 4 more. And it's sort of the same with Silk Song, I think. Like I have a lot of problems with it, but I think just telling myself I would have had a lot more fun if I just played like Ori and the Blind Forest again, or
Yeah.
Prince of Persia again, or yeah, just similar games that just do it better. What about you? Do you see yourself playing Prime 4 again one day?
I started the hard mode because I'm like, oh, there's scans I haven't seen. I'm like, oh, sorry, artwork or whatever. Like that's a goal. Going through the game, like I got up like halfway through Vault Forge before I, start playing. Like it was kind of fun. Like, yeah, I don't need to scan anything. I can skip all these enemies. It's kind of fun. But then I stopped because Dread's more fun, right? Way more fun. And like, do I want to do like driving through the desert was fine. It was okay, but now I've got now I know yeah, I got to drive through that desert and get those crystals again. I just like that end game stuff like that. Like I know it was to me only like 10 minutes of extra gameplay I had to grind, which is not it's nothing, but it's still frustrating. And like not that I want to do it, and it's such a baffling design decision that like do I want to experience that and going back to that stupid forest base every time? So frustrating. And then like how many times did you like, oh yeah, you need to go back to that purple base at Vault Forge just to get a mini upgrade and then go back somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like it
Just give me the upgrade. Why do I have to go talk to this dude again?
yeah, it feels so frustrating. Or if it's a normal other Metroid game, yeah, you go back here, but then that opens up this other spot, and you go further in and deeper. Like that, there was just so many times where you go back to base, go back to Vault Forge, talk to the dude, get the chip upgrade, go back. Like
Yep.
it doesn't feel like good fun game design.
Yeah, and give me a fast travel option. Like, why are we still? Yeah.
The projectile pod thing, right? Like that could have been upgraded at the end of the game.
Yes.
Yeah. Now the cannon can shoot in every direction.
And there's cannons everywhere. Like, or
Yeah,
or
like
hey, that Samus, that ship that you have, is now you can fly that around the desert or something and shoot crystals or like
the ship teleported with you all along, right?
yeah. Like
Um,
you find it tucked away somewhere, and then now you can fast travel
or
using the ship. Like it just
what if the desert was reversed and like the green forest area was in the middle? Like
yes,
that could have been better.
yes. Why is I agree? The teleporter should have been in the middle, while the rest of it, the other part, it shoots you away to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Nick, I think the game is fun. The game is good. The
Yeah,
game is good.
I'd say my
It's just not the
recommendation.
best.
Yeah, my recommendation would be if you've never played a Metroid game, buy Metroid Prime Remastered first and play that. I think you'll have a lot more fun maybe with that than this one. And then if you want more Metroid, Beyond is just
More of it.
more. It's just more of that.
Yeah, it's more of that. More of that.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to contribute, Nick? Probably been an hour now.
Yeah, we're up to 56 minutes, so it's been a while, but yeah. Um, yeah, I think, like you
Is
said, not angry, just disappointed. And it's not bad, it's just not anything beyond.
All right. Theory time, Nick.
Mm.
It's taken a long time to make this game. What, 5 years since they announced the reboot? And I understand games take 5 years to make now. I think that's a realistic expectation.
Yep.
But also, 5 years to make this game, and I'm not complaining it's short, but like, it feels like, the game's not that big
Yeah.
in the end.
Yeah.
And, maybe they spent the last year and 2 years actually making a Switch 2 edition because the game looks pretty phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
Like, it
Looks good.
It looks great. But what if? Or, what if there's like, yes, there's actually going to be Silex DLC, and Silex got to work with the troopers to like actually get off the planet and refight Samus, or Samus goes back to, to rescue the troopers, but they've all been corrupted, or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or what if they've got like the Metroid Prime 5 and will actually only be 2 years away, and they've actually got, a much better gameplay thing.
That's the dream.
There, like, was this game held back by the original plans from Bandai Namco or whoever was making it, and then they had to, we'll stick with the bike, we'll stick with the siloed areas, and then we'll just fix it in Metroid Prime 5.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all good theories, but I just hope the next Metroid isn't, or Metroid Prime isn't 20 years away, and I hope the next one is better. That's all I can really hope for. Yeah.
So, sure, just copy Halo and do the plasma sword or something.
Yeah. Give me a God of War level of reinvention, but do it for Samus.
That level of reinvention, all right.
Yeah.
Where Samus talks.
Yeah.
And has a son.
Or a daughter. I'm fine with a daughter as well. She can have whatever she wants.
That means she's got to have a boyfriend.
Oh no. Oh no, and it's not me. Ugh.
You know what? Maybe Samus finds a baby Chozo companion. There you go.
The chosen one.
The chosen one. Oh, Nick. I like that. Maybe we should end on that.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, if
the chosen one.
If you've enjoyed the podcast, don't forget you can find us on. You can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Instagram, find us on YouTube, but pretty much just YouTube, I would suggest. But pick your part for listening. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, all that sort of stuff.
Comment. What did you think of Metroid Prime 4?
Yeah, let us know what you thought. Do you agree with us? Is Nick wrong? Nick and Jeff wrong? Is the game phenomenal, 10 out of 10, best game ever? Or is it just, did you hate it more than, did you hate it? Because we didn't hate it, we just didn't love it.
I didn't hate it.
But
we'll rather be united on this front, I think, Nick.
Yeah, I would love to know everyone's thoughts. So leave a comment below. And yeah, we will. I would like to come back next week and talk about if the Switch
Kingdom
roundup.
2026?
Yeah, if the Switch roundup is done,
2025.
yeah, I'd like to do that. We talk about our games that we played this year and just pretty much all Expedition 33.
One Xbox, two PlayStation games, the rest Switch.
What was the PlayStation game you played?
Oh, 33.
Oh yeah, that's all I wanted to hear. I
Take
just
Two.
needed to hear you say
There must
33.
be another one. No, I think that's it.
I think that's it. Well, everybody, we'll see you on the next Nick and Jeff.
All right, love you, Nick.
Love you, everybody. Bye.